The year is 1976. In the small farming town of Twinsburg, Ohio, about halfway between Akron and Cleveland, the twins are gathering for the first ever Twins Day.
My sister and I were both in the parade.
Andy Miller, who has a twin sister, is now the executive director of Twinsburg's annual Twin Festival. When the country's bicentennial was approaching, the town's residents were thinking of new ways to celebrate. Twinsburg was founded in 1818 by identical twins, Moses and Aaron Wilcox, who died just hours apart.
Since the founding fathers of Twinsburg were twins, they decided, well, let's celebrate that way. There was one day up at the town square. They had originally 36 sets of twins in attendance. They had a bike parade. You could decorate your bike from bicentennial.
And the tradition continued year after year. In the 80s, Andy and his sister were even the grand marshals.
I think going through the list of local twins, I think we were kind of next on the list.
Andy says at the heart of Twins Day is pride. Twins can feel like oddballs. They are rare, about 3.3% of all live births. And a lot of popular culture paints an otherworldly image of twins.
This is the only place where they can go where they feel normal. They don't necessarily feel gawked at. They actually are proud.
Writers and filmmakers have long been fascinated by twins, like in Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher. Roderick and Madeline are biological twins, and when one twin gets sick, so does the other.
Thy soul shall find itself alone, mid dark thoughts of the gray tombstone. Not one, but all the crowd, to pry into thine hour of secrecy.
There's this really dark, pathological image where twins get presented as being like unwell, often violent, sometimes murderous psychopaths.
Helena DeBress, a twin herself, is the author of How to Be Multiple, The Philosophy of Twins.
I don't think that twins are the same person, but I think they can kind of act as a single person, or they can kind of function as a single self in certain ways.
Either twins are monsters or represent the perfect human relationship, mirror images of each other.
And you and I are like sisters. Sisters. Hallie, we're like twins.
But on the other hand, twins shouldn't be too close or for too long into adulthood. Society wants us to be self-sufficient and have good control of our boundaries. Twins mess up that whole idea.
Twins put pressure on a very narrow understanding of what it means to be a person, particularly in Western culture.
And that's a good thing. Soon, thousands of twins will once again gather at Twinsburg, Ohio, to join in on the parade, head to the beer tent, and reflect on what it means to be multiples.
Why, what peculiar little figures. Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
If you think we're waxworks, you ought to pay, Contrary to us, if you think we're alive, you ought to speak to us.
Twins Day is just another chance for people to celebrate one of the many ways of being different, and, similar-wise, being human.
That's logic.
For Philosophy Talk, I'm Holly J. McDeed.